So the full trophy list for WWE 2K23 has been revealed ahead of the game's release, and the good news is for the achievement hunters out there, like myself, this looks very manageable. Certainly, in my opinion, much easier than 2K22. I'm going to break down these trophies, go through each one, let you know if I think it's going to be a difficult one to get, if it's going to be easy, maybe give a couple of hints if it's like there's certain buttons you got to press, but there are a total of 64 trophies to play for, including the Platinum trophy. So we go through the trophies one by one. That is the first one that comes up. All trophies earned, that is the Platinum trophy. There's nothing specific you have to do for this one. Just get all other 63 trophies and you'll get this one, the Platinum trophy. So that's your 100%. The next section then, there's a little section, a bunch of showcase mode ones. So the first one, basic ergonomics, complete one objective in showcase mode. Look, if you play showcase mode, you're going to get this. Like the first game you play, you're going to get this. You have to get the objective to like pass. Like I think there's normally like a couple of objectives, but you have to get one of them just to like even win the match. So you'll get that one, no problem. Like don't even worry about that one. The same with this next one, hustle as well. You play one game in showcase mode, you win the one game, you're probably going to get those 2 trophies the first game you play. If you play showcase mode. The next one then, word life. This one's a bit more tricky. So like I was saying, each mode it's gonna have like 2, 3, 4 different objectives that you have to do throughout the match. If you ever played showcase mode before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But for those of you playing first time, but you get little objectives that pop up in the top corner. You have to do these. You don't have to do all of them. Some of them are optional. So that's what this is saying here, is complete all objectives in one match. So again, just play through showcase mode. I don't know what the objectives are yet because I haven't played showcase mode because the game isn't out yet. But that's what you got to do. The next one is a little bit interesting then. You can't see me defeat Super Cena. So I will be honest, I don't know yet who or what Super Cena is, but I do know the next one is talking about showcase mode also, so I can only assume that this is part of showcase mode as well. This showcase mode is a bit different from showcase modes in previous years, because in the past, maybe you like last year, you play as one superstar, like last year Rey Mysterio, and go through their career, whereas this one, you're playing every match against John Cena, so you're playing as different characters against John Cena. So I could see defeating Super Cena definitely, well, it's almost certainly part of showcase mode. Whether that is just one of the normal missions or maybe a bonus mission. I did see that Wade Barrett was added as a DLC character, so maybe that comes into it if you have a DLC. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait till the game releases. Loyalty. The next one then is to win all matches in the showcase mode. So again, there's nothing specific really, like nothing out of the way you have to do here. If you just play through showcase mode, complete every match, get every objective, you're going to get all these showcase mode trophies. And yeah, the final one, complete all objectives in all matches. So not only do you have to win every match, you have to complete every objective in every match. So every objective, every match, and that will get you every single one of these trophies. So showcase mode, that's what you got to do every match, every objective. The next section then, we're onto universe mode, and the first one, Battle of the Rivals. Choose a rival action from the rivalry menu in universe mode, and you can do this in classic mode or superstar mode. So that confirms that superstar mode is making a return this year, and there's even more customization available this year, even in classic superstar mode. So there's going to be different menus. You can like tweak the rivalry between superstars and make them do certain things as part of a rivalry. So all you're going to have to do is just choose something from the menu. This should be a pretty easy one. Just play through universe mode. You should get this one pretty easy. The next one, the final move, choose a rival's outcome from the rivalry menu. That's during a premium live event, so you'll have to play for a couple of weeks to get to a PLE. But yeah, like again, there's going to be a rivalry menu and you just have to select something from it. So that should get you these 2. And this third one, step into battle, enter your first rivalry in universe mode. So this one is specific to superstar mode. Superstar mode is where you take a character and you take it through universe mode. So Not universe mode when you're like playing God and you're booking the card and doing all the rivalries. Superstar mode is almost like, it's almost like if you're playing MyRise, but it's not a predefined story and you're playing with a superstar. You're just, it's universe mode, but you're just playing as one person and just almost like a season mode, like season mode back in the day on like SmackDown 2, if anyone remembers that. But yeah, what you're going to have to do here when playing superstar mode, enter in your first rivalry. The next one is also specific to superstar mode, and that is the irresistible force have at least 50 momentum at any time in a rivalry in universe mode. Now, I'll be completely honest, I'm not massively familiar with superstar mode, so I don't know what 50 momentum is. I guess if you just play superstar mode, yeah, if you just play through it, I'm sure you probably can get 50 momentum. I mean, it doesn't sound too bad. There's probably stuff from the, as I mentioned earlier, the rivalry menu you can do to get it up to 50 momentum. But what I will do is, once the game releases and I've got into it a bit, I will maybe do an updated version of this video just to give some a bit more advice on some of these once I've had a chance to play it. The next one, the winner goes the spoil. So that's choose an outcome in the rivalry and win the final match at a PLE in Universe Superstar mode. So again, specific to Superstar mode, if you just play through Superstar mode for a couple of months, I think you will probably unlock most of these just anyway. Next up, we got a few that look specific to Exhibition mode. The first one is called Breathe Easy, and that you have to win a match without completely exhausting your stamina meter. So if you're me, that's going to be completely difficult because I love running around, running up the top ropes, jumping up the top rope. The stamina's there, so I'm like, I may as well use it all. So I'm going to have to conserve it here, use it wisely. But yeah, this is basically just win a match without using up all your stamina. So should be pretty easy. Like most of you will probably just unlock this anywhere without even trying. But if you do have to try, just try not like running around as much, and that should be a pretty easy one. It is only a bronze trophy. The next one, paid in full. So win a match having successfully used both assigned payback abilities. So before in the Superstar Select screen, you're going to be able to see what the payback abilities are. In 2K22, you could also see this from the pause menu by going into the moves option and seeing what the payback abilities are. So I recommend you do this just to check you know what the paybacks for the superstar you're playing with are, as well as the buttons. And then, yeah, all you're going to have to do is just use both of these in a match and then win the match. So again, that should be pretty easy for people. Like, I don't usually use paybacks. Like, I usually use signature moves, finishing moves. Paybacks are ones that I often don't pay attention to. So a lot of you, again, will do this just without paying attention. Just do it normally. I might have to sort of remind myself to use the paybacks a bit. The next one we got then, and this is a pretty cool one, as Kofi Kingston beat Brock Lesnar in a normal one-on-one match on Legend difficulty. So this one might be a bit hard, but not that hard. Legend difficulty can be a bit annoying, but it is easily beatable. If you just keep playing, and if you lose, just restart the match. If it looks like you're going to lose, just restart the match again. Yeah, it might be a bit tricky. It might maybe even take an hour or two, depending on how good you are. But it is definitely doable. The next one, the new and vicious war games, and with the team disadvantage on a 4-on-4 war games match on Legend difficulty. Oh, sorry, win the match. Sorry, yeah. So yeah, it's war games can be 3-on-3 or 4-on-4. So what this wants you to do is a 4-on-4 war games. And when it's talking about the team disadvantage, we're talking like obviously 2 wrestlers start in the ring, and then each time another wrestler enters. So I think this wants the opponent to have the second wrestler enter first, and it's going to have to be on Legend difficulty. So there will be a little bit where you'll be playing 2 against 1, and 2 against 1 is not nice even on like normal difficulty. So Legend difficulty is gonna be pretty tricky, but the good news about that is that you can't get pinned or submitted until everyone's in the ring anyway. So I guess that does save it a little bit. Or what you could even do, what I'm kind of thinking of maybe doing, is what if I start in the cage and set the AI to start in the ring? They can do the 2-on-1, and screw that, I'll just come in and I'll come in as the 4th entrant and pick up the pin. Alright, so the next one, nope, not a fluke, and that is win any one-on-one match via a leverage pin on normal difficulty. So I think this is something that some of the characters can do, and that is when we're doing a pinfall. I think this is if you put your legs up on the rope, so there should be a prompt comes up on the screen which will tell you which button to press, and sometimes the referee catches it. But if you can do this without the referee catching it, it's got to be on normal difficulty or higher, by the way. But yeah, that's what you got to do here. So that shouldn't be too bad. You might have to like go and get that specifically. Like you might have to pick a wrestler who can do that and make sure you do that. It might not come normally, but it might. It's not a very difficult one because you can do it on normal difficulty. The next one then, you need to introduce 3 weapons into a War Games match. So War Games are new this year and you can introduce weapons. So we showed videos before about wrestlers going under a ring and picking out weapons and bringing it into the cage. You're just going to have to introduce 3 weapons into the match, which I guess should be pretty easy. I mean, you can go under and get 1, you can just do 3. So yeah, bring 3 weapons in and win the match. So should be nice and easy. I think a lot of us are going to be playing War Games anyway. That's definitely one of the most exciting things of 2K23. Then Nerves of Steel. You got to kick out of 3 high-intensity pins on Legend difficulty. So this one may be a bit tricky. I am not very good at kicking out of pins, especially not on Legend difficulty. So if there's one of these that's going to end up with me throwing my controller through the TV, it's probably going to be this one, okay? It is only a bronze trophy, so they've kind of said it should be one of the easier ones. I don't know, we'll see about that. But yeah, kick out of 3 high-intensity pin. Also, I should know, I don't actually know what a high-intensity pin is. Is that, like, different from a normal pin? Is that specific to 2K23? That's not something that I've seen before from previous games, so maybe have to check that out. The next one, one's all you get, and this, you have to win a match without giving up a 2-count pin on Legend difficulty. So first things first, play it on Legend difficulty, but without giving up a 2-count pin. Now, I will be completely honest, I don't know, does that mean without the opponent pinning you for 2 count, or without you pinning the opponent for 2 counts? What I think this means, and I could be wrong here, like, do let me know in the comments if you know about this and what it means. But what I think this means, just looking at that, is that it wants you to pin the opponents, or I suppose you could even submit the opponents. It wants you to beat the opponents without them kicking out a 2. So what I would probably suggest to do here is to just try and submit them as soon as you can. Like, as soon as the bell rings, go for a submission. As soon as they get out, go back in the submission. And in fact, that's probably what I suggest for anyone like trying to beat the AI on Legend difficulty, because it is pretty tricky. So you want to put them away as quick as possible. Anyway, the next one, stacked like cordwood. So using John Cena, perform a 1-on-2 attitude adjustment finisher. So John Cena can do the attitude adjustment finisher to 2 opponents. He could also do this in 2K22, so this isn't new to 2K23, but it may be something that you kind of have to go out of your way to do, depending, if you're playing as John Cena, it might come if you're playing in a multi-man match, but otherwise, yeah, maybe set yourself up as John Cena. Probably don't put yourself in a 1-on-2 handicap match. It's going to be difficult. Maybe like a tag team match might be the one to do this, or like a multi-person Money in the Bank match. But yeah, you're going to have to perform the 1-on-2 attitude adjustment finisher. Anyway, next one, you have to win a match without being stunned on Legend difficulty. So, like I said previously, what I would suggest with this is playing through the match, obviously on Legend difficulty. If you get stunned, start button, restart the match. It's pointless. You've lost the trophy. Try again. What I would also suggest this as well is you want to be putting this away as fast as possible. So as soon as the match starts, again, go for the submission. they're going to escape because it's on legend difficulty, but then go for a submission again. Keep going, spam submission, get their body parts red, make them tap out. Yeah, put that match away as fast as you can. Don't let them get any offense in. Once you get stunned, you've lost the trophy. So, yeah, win the match as fast as you can. Anyway, next one, the ring is sacred. Win a normal one-on-one match on legend difficulty without manually exiting the ring. So, yeah, stay in the ring. Do not exit the ring. I think it's okay if, from the sounds of that, I think it's okay if like you get clotheslined out the ring or you get thrown out the ring, but do not leave the ring yourself. So, you know, which should be okay, I suppose. Next one. Beat Roman Reigns in a one-on-one match on legend difficulty using no paybacks. So that should be okay for me because, as I said earlier, I always forget to use the paybacks. And beating Roman Reigns in a one-on-one match on legend difficulty was one of the achievements in 2K22, which I did manage to get. So I think this one should be okay. But remember, it is on legend difficulty, so it might be a bit tricky. You might have to play it a couple of times, depending on how good you are on legend difficulty. Next one, Teacher's Pets. Okay, so we're now out of the ones in exhibition mode, and we're going into some different modes here. So actually, no, tell a lie, because the next one after this is back in exhibition mode. But anyway, complete all objectives within the tutorial. So it is good to know that there's going to be a tutorial teaching us the buttons, teaching us how to play, and just go through, complete all the objectives. I would probably recommend you do this anyway, just to learn what the buttons are. There's always some different changes from last year. So yeah, play through the tutorial and you'll get this trophy. Anyway, this looks like the last one then from the exhibition mode section, and this is a natural heal. Use a dirty move payback in a normal one-on-one match without getting disqualified. So again, as I've said, different wrestlers have different payback moves. You're gonna have to pick one that has a dirty move, and then yeah, obviously don't get disqualified. So the referee might, like, if it's like using a weapon or something, the referee is going to see that and disqualify you. So you want to try and make sure the referee doesn't see this. You could maybe like knock the referee out for a little bit, or if you're playing a multi-person tag match, maybe get one of your opponents in to distract the referee and then do it. But yeah, that's what I suggest with that. So those are all the exhibition ones. We then move on to the MyFaction section, which a lot of people won't like, but actually this is much better than last year, okay? Win 100 faction war matches might sound like a lot, but it's actually not too bad. Faction Wars is the best mode for getting like loot and prizes from playing MyFaction. So, and actually, once you learn how to win these matches, you can smash through 100 like pretty fast. So that sounds a lot worse than it is. If you're playing like 4v4 matches and playing them properly, it's going to take a lot longer. But once you learn how to win these matches super quick, if the tactics from 2K22 are still working in 2K23, that's one of the first videos I'll upload on this channel to show you how to win these matches super quickly. So yeah, it sounds a lot worse than it is. Keep an eye out on this channel, hit subscribe if you haven't already, because I will try and upload a video to show you how you can win these matches super fast. The next one, briefcase winner, win a limited time briefcase. Limited time briefcase, like, these are like extra bonus rewards, but are in the Faction Wars. And when you win a Faction Wars match, you have a bonus chance of getting a limited time briefcase. So if you're winning 100 Faction Wars matches, you're absolutely going to get one of the briefcases. So, in fact, at the moment, in 2K22, every single match you win gives you a briefcase. So you've got a very, very good chance of getting that. Earn a loyalty reward. So a loyalty reward is, it tracks every day you log into the game, and the rewards, there's like a weekly rewards where if you log in 5 days from the 7th, so like Monday to Sunday, if you log in 5 of those days, you get the loyalty reward for that week. So all you're gonna have to do is log in 5 days in a row. It doesn't have to be in a row, like 5 days in those 7 days, and you'll get the loyalty reward. So that's what that one is. I've seen some confusion about, like, you know, what is the loyalty rewards. I just explained it. That's how you get that one. The next one, Taste of Victory, win a match in MyFaction. You're obviously, if you're winning 100 matches in Faction Wars, you're obviously going to win a match in MyFaction. So that is very easily doable. Complete a lifetime challenge. So you're going to get a list of challenges to complete in MyFaction. And they are things like, you know, win this many matches, evolve this many Evo cards, collect this many cards from this tier, things like that. And yeah, you'll complete one of them like very, very easily. That's not an issue. This next one, okay, so complete 15 lifetime challenges, which may sound like a lot, but I am so happy that this one is here, because in 2K22, this one was complete every lifetime challenge, and I am still great. I have not platinumed 2K22 yet. I'm getting there. I'm getting pretty close, but oh my god, it is such a grind. And this is this is the one I'm stuck on, right? So the fact that it's changed from complete all of them to complete 15 of them, that is such a blessing. That is incredible news. Like, my eyes lit up when I saw this one. I'm very, very happy with that one. Complete a proven grounds tower in MyFaction. So that is a little bit of a grind. So in 2K22, there are 7 chapters, and within each chapter, so each tower is made up of 7 chapters, and within each of the 7 chapters, I think there are 7 matches. So you're gonna have to win like 49 matches, I think. If it's similar to 2K22, it may be different, but that's what you're gonna have to do. So like a little bit of a grind, but you can do it on any, it doesn't specify the difficulty, so you can do it on the easiest difficulty. And, you know, that's not the hardest one. Like, that is not too bad, okay? Complete a weekly tower. This is fine. Each week there's 5 matches, but, you know, different challenges, different rewards. There's a reward at the end of each week. So each week there's a new weekly tower. Take part in the weekly tower, do the weekly challenges, get rewards. So you just have to play through the 5 matches that week and get it. So again, very, very doable. Complete a daily challenge. Every day there are 3 different daily challenges that come up, and they can be things like do 20 taunts, do 50 strikes, do 50 grapples. So yeah, this you'll do this one if you play MyFaction like every day. Not every day, but if you play it, you know, a fair bit, you're gonna get those without even like paying attention. The next one, chapter and verse, complete a proving grounds chapter. Wait, I thought we already. Oh, a proving grounds chapter. Okay, so like I said, the chapter, that each tower is made up of 7 chapters, right? So you'll get this one, and then you'll get this one, okay? Because the chapter is like one part of the tower. Okay, so you get the chapter just by getting the tower, okay? So that should be nice and easy. Complete all 3 of the days. So like I was saying, the daily challenges, there's 3 every day, and they're different things, and you just have to go through and get all 3 of them on a single day. They reset like every 24 hours. Well, of course they do, they're daily challenges, but they reset every 24 hours. So if there's one you're like really super struggling on, don't worry, just come back the next day and try again. Eventually there is going to be one where you can do all 3 like pretty easy. Don't worry about it, you get that easy enough. Next one, win 10 live events in MyFaction. So this is something brand new for this year. LiveFaction. Live events is a new feature this year in MyFaction. So from what I understand, this is going to be, if anyone's ever played like FIFA Ultimate Team or anything like that, these are like, WWE Supercard, I guess, would be a good example. Like, these are like the events that pop up and are there for a limited time, and you play it and get like limited You know, like in Supercard, like a Road to Glory event would come up and you play that and you get the Road to Glory cards. My understanding is that the live event is going to be something like that. Like it's going to be something that pops up. You've got a limited time to play through it and grind it and get the reward from that. So what we're going to have to do here is win 10 live events. So I don't know how difficult that is going to be yet because I haven't done a live event. 10 doesn't sound too bad, so I guess that might be okay. Or it might be pretty tricky. I don't know yet. But they have rated it bronze, so maybe it should be one of the easy ones. The next one, beginner's luck. Complete all intro challenges in MyFaction. That's going to be super easy. These are just challenges set to like show you the ropes of MyFaction, explain to you how it works. You're going to get that one no problem if you play MyFaction. And in fact, you know what's ironic is that's probably one of the first ones you're going to get in MyFaction. And that brings us to the end of the MyFaction section. The next little section then of achievements all relate to MyRise. Now this year, much like last year actually, there are two MyRises, a male MyRise and a female MyRise. So the male one is called the Lock, where you are the next big thing and you're taking a journey through starting all the way up to the main event, and that is the first section here. So again, I haven't played through MyRise yet, so I can't tell you exactly how to do each of these, but they should be options that come out throughout the game. So just read through these. I'll go through each one and just let you know like what they are. But keep an eye out for these as you're playing through. And after I've played through, if there are like certain combinations or certain like selections you have to make to get to these, I'll try to put a guide through to show you how to get each of these later once I've played it. So do check the comments, check the description below if I have uploaded that at the time you're watching this, if you're watching this a little bit later. But anyway, the first one is call out WWE management. So if there's an option that comes up above calling out WWE management, pick that. You're going to want to steal the NXT UK Championship and the Heritage Cup. So, you know, you get any chance to go to NXT UK, you get a chance to steal it. Go ahead, do that, you get that trophy. We have compete in the Apex tournament, which is something that should come up. Just keep playing through and you get there. Lock in your faction choices. So at some point, you're going to have to make a choice with a faction. There are a couple well, I don't know why complete the lock MyRise story is the next one that comes up, because that shouldn't come up till the end, but that one is there. So play through, complete it, you'll get it. But then we have a couple of faction ones. So the Lock, join the Hurt Business. So joining the Hurt Business is going to be an option. And you also get the option to join Evolution. So I don't know whether it's join the Hurt Business or Evolution, or whether you join the Hurt Business and then go on to join Evolution later on. And then also you want to convince Roman Reigns to join your faction. So I don't know, Roman Reigns in the Hurt Business or Roman Reigns in Evolution could be pretty good. Or that could be a third faction entirely. Like, I don't know yet, but I am very interested by these trophies. Or maybe, you know, maybe what might give it some replayability is if you can't do all three of these, like you have to pick one of these each time you play. So you're going to have to play through it multiple times to get it, maybe. But yeah, we'll see. As I said, check the comments, check the description, because later on I will try and make a guide as to how to get all of these. If it's not just like, if it's linear, I won't, like if you automatically get them all. But if there are decisions to be made to get these, I will try to make a guide for you. And then, so that is all you've got to do for the Lock. And then we go on to the Legacy. So the Legacy is the female MyRise story this year, where you're following in the footsteps of your Hall of Fame aunt, who I believe is Molly Holly. Again, it could be mistaken, but from what I understand, it's Molly Holly. So Molly Holly is your aunt, and she's in the Hall of Fame, and you're trying to follow in her footsteps. So again, very much, you know, starting at the bottom, rising up. I guess the clue's in the name, MyRise, right? But anyway, choice and consequences. Make a choice during a main event match. So yeah, it should be easy enough. A briefcase built for two. Win the tag team Money in the Bank briefcase. Now, tag team Money in the Bank briefcase, I'm kind of curious about. Like, I didn't I don't think a tag team Money in the Bank exists, but that sounds like something cool from this. If you find yourself in this match, make sure you win it to get this trophy. A lasting legacy. Complete the legacy MyRise. So just play through, complete the story, and you'll get this. Unbreakable bond. Stay loyal to your tag team partner. So it sounds like, you know, they're talking about the tag team Money in the Bank briefcase and staying loyal to your tag team partner. So it sounds like it's going to be based around a tag team. Also, the next one, betray your tag team partner. So this does sound like something maybe you have to play through more than once, because here you have to stay loyal and here you have to betray them. So maybe there's 2 playthroughs required, I'm not sure. Anyway, Smack to the Future, the Legacy, Embrace the Future. I've got genuinely no idea what this could be. I guess we'll have to wait and see what this one is, because there's just absolutely nothing here. Oh, Blast from the Past, Confront the Past. Okay, so this may actually be, as I was saying, like when you have to choose between 2. Maybe there's one where you like join a... because that looks like Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan in the photo. Maybe there's one where you have to join them. And then the second one looks a bit like Molly Holly, Lita, and Trish. So maybe there's one where you have to do something with them. The next one, the Legacy, win the Queen's Crown tournament. So that is going to be part of the story at some point, and you're gonna have to make sure you win. And then once you've completed both the Lock and the Legacy MyRise stories, you get the gold trophy. We haven't seen many gold trophies so far, but you get a gold trophy for completing both of them. So that brings us to the end of the MyRise section of the trophies. The next section focuses on MyGM, and this year in MyGM, you get the choice of playing against 4 brands, not against 4 brands. So a fatal 4-way GM mode. What you got to do is complete a 4-brand season in MyGM. So that should be easy. Just play. It doesn't even say you have to win. You just have to play it. So play a 4-brand season. When you're setting it up, make sure you pick 4 brands. Play it all the way through. You should get this one pretty easy. The next one, booked all possible match types during a single season. So you can probably do it at the same time as this first one. When you're playing through, just make sure you pick each match type at least once, and you should get this one. The next one, pump up the slam and earn 10 different slammies in MyGM. So I don't know how many slammies there are, but however many there are, you're going to want 10 of them. So I imagine this is probably things like Match of the Year, Rivalry of the Year, Superstar of the Year. So just play MyGM and play it really well. I may even do a MyGM mode. Let me know in the comments if that's something you want to see. But yeah, earn 10 different slammies in MyGM. Okay, next one, you're going to want to win a season with each brand in MyGM. So I don't know if you have the option to switch brands. I think that is something I think you used to have back in like the SVR days, back in SmackDown versus Raw. So maybe you can switch brands in this, or maybe this is just asking you to play multiple times and play different a different brand each time. If it's that does give it some longevity. Speaking of longevity, for the first time in 2K, I say first time, last year was the first time it was in 2K anyway, but for the first time you can play multiple GM seasons, and this next one you want to finish first in the ratings after 3 seasons. So really playing the long game here. You want to absolutely not just demolish your opponent 1 week, but demolish them for 3 weeks. I would say probably easiest way to do this is, well, I don't know. I'm assuming that if you do 1v1, it's probably easier than if you do the fatal 4-way one, but I don't know, maybe that's easier. But again, once I've played this a bit, I'll have a lot more information on it, and I will maybe make a GM guide for you guys. And yeah, that is actually it for GM mode, because the next section then, there are just 3 left, so we're 61 down, 3 more to go, and these next 3 are pretty easy. So that's random. You're going to want to use a random to create a head item, body, attire. So yeah, basically just go into the creation suite and just randomize some stuff. You should get this. Second to last then, here comes the boom create a custom entrance with custom pyro, so there is an advanced creation mode in this game. Go in and give Cody Rhodes as much pyro as you possibly can, which I'm going to be doing anyway because I want to check this out. And you'll get that one easy enough. And final one is to create your own, create an item using your own image, using create an image. So at this point, not sure if this means uploading one into the game somehow, or maybe like taking a screenshot or something. But yeah, this one should be easy enough. You just have to make sure you go and do it. And that brings us to the end then of the guide. So at the end of all of these, you're going to unlock, there we go, the Platinum Trophy, all trophies earned, and that is what it's all about. So get all of the 63 trophies, you'll get this one, the final 64 trophies, 100% of the game. And like I said, guys, it looks so much easier to do, but mostly because of a MyFaction one. But this looks so much easier than 2K22. So for any achievement hunters out there, I know I'm going to be hunting the Platinum Trophy. In fact, I'm still hunting the 2K22 Platinum Trophy. Ironically, I might get the 2K23 Platinum Trophy before the 2K22 Platinum Trophy, which is pretty mad. But anyway, guys, hopefully that breaks down the trophy guide for you. Gives you some advice and some hints and tips how to get each of these. If you do have any questions, do let me know in the comments below. I will also try and revisit this once I've played the game a little and be a bit more specific about how to do each ones, with the MyRise ones especially. But yeah, guys, anyway, hopefully you have found this video useful. If you have, smash the like button. Be sure to hit subscribe because we got tons of 2K23 content coming to the channel. And anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you again next time.